check it out.
Ah!
Whoa, what's the matter?
What the hell is that? A killer robot monster? Ah!
Stewie, relax.
No, Brian, you keep that thing away from me. Is it looking at me? Can it see me?
Man, you're really scared of this thing, huh?
Ah!
Aren't we clever? Look, we can fake it the first time. Now we can do it again. We can do it better this time. That's what Hasselblad said when they were asked to build a camera. Yeah, we can do that, and we can do it better.
They could fake it right down to make the 11 o'clock news.
Well, you got to time it right. Of course you got to time it right, because that's when all the sponsors are watching.
Yep.
Oh dear, it's a bit sad, really. It's a bit sad. There are less people now, except for the more die-hard members, there are less people now who are questioning what we're saying. I notice a lot of people are now sort of saying, yeah, watch what you've done on your Apollo Detective series. I tend to agree with it. I think you're exposing it. I think you've got a good point to make. Nobody's arguing against the vacuum problems. Nobody's arguing against the radiation problems, which we know exist. Even NASA admit that they exist. So how did they solve it the first time? They won't tell us. But when you fail to do something that you said you did, and people have called you out on it, you have to hold your hands up and say, okay, caught me. This is what actually happened. Now, if they say that, they say, yeah, it was faked. We had to do it, and these are the reasons why. These are the national security issues. That's fair enough. I think people will understand that, given the times that they were in, the late 1960s. There's a lot going on then, which is probably similar to what's going on now, but it's different. We'd probably say, okay, we understand why you did it. We understand that you didn't have the technology available to land on the moon. If you do now, let's see you do it, but do it for real. If you have problems doing it, ask and we'll probably be helped. There are a lot of people out there who want to see it happen for real. And if you have problems doing it, which we understand can exist, then we will help you.
Wouldn't it be nice to sit down and get the truth
Yes.
on what the advancements, how far we are along in our satellite technology and other space programs? Wouldn't it be nice to get the actual truth?
It
So we
would.
know exactly where we are. I mean, I understand the rest of the imagination to reality programs that are going on out there and fiction books and everything else. That's all one thing, but don't mix all that stuff in what is actually real.
No, do it for real. Do it in public. Ask for help when you need help.
If we're not going to put man in space, we're going to develop our AI robots are going to be the ones that are going to eventually get anywhere. Then we should know about it. That would be truthful.
We don't have enough fuel to slow ourselves down, so we are about to use a technique called aerobraking. The theory is, we will enter the outer layer of Jupiter's atmosphere, using what is called a bolute for a shield. The atmosphere will slow us down, and Jupiter's gravity will grab hold of us and slingshot us around behind the dark side. If all goes well, we'll wind up in a gentle orbit around Io. It's dynamite on paper. Of course, the people who came up with the numbers on the paper aren't here. Since no one has ever done this before, everyone up here is as scared as I am. The difference is, they're busy. I have nothing to do but wait for it to happen. I hope this is all worth it.
Did you see the suggestion? I forget where it was. Somebody mentioned that there was a South Korean capsule orbiting the moon. South Korea's got a satellite up to the moon. It was photographed by the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. They were flying in opposite direction. It appears as a streak. Hang on, I haven't seen South Korea launch a satellite to the moon. Haven't heard about that, haven't read about it. What's going on?
Most likely, in the near future, we may probably have, considering our advancements in technology, the ability to uncover all the bullshit that has been going on.
Yes, trouble is they haven't trained AI to do that yet. AI just parrots what somebody else has written.
But then you look at Elon Musk, he's saying one thing with these engines, and yet there's no evidence for it. Again, he can't even get this thing that's supposed to have 8.8 million pounds of thrust, this so-called Starship. Can't even get the thing even near low Earth orbit without something happening.
These views throughout, Starship is so big that we're hoping that the plasma field doesn't entirely blanket the entire vehicle. Right now, it is not. The Starlinks are
Views brought to you by Starlink.
Yeah, the Starlinks are still communicating and still capturing the data and the video that we see here. I mean, Shiva, this is just absolutely incredible views. We've never seen anything like this before. This is the biggest flying object ever in space.
Absolutely, Kate. And it's important to note, with the ascent burn that we did was to get us to orbital velocities, even though we were on a nearly orbital trajectory. So the heating and the loads that Starship is going through right now are what it would be getting if it were recovering from an orbital mission. And just the fact that we have views through entry, this is incredible.
Yeah. Again, this is the furthest and fastest that Starship has ever flown. And you can definitely tell by the crowd here in Hawthorne.
The heat shield tiles doing their work. We talked about it earlier. Up to 2,600 degrees Fahrenheit that those heat shield tiles are dissipating as we are re-entering.
Yeah, now this was one of the critical, or rather the key mission objectives that we were hoping to hit today. We have never, like I said before, this is the fastest and furthest that Starship has ever flown. So this is the first time that we're getting to collect this re-entry data and understand how these 18,000 hexagonal heat shield tiles are working together to protect the belly of Starship as it re-enters the Earth's atmosphere. Once again, the atmosphere is doing us a big favor here by... The atmosphere is actually doing us a huge favor here by acting as a braking system for Starship as it re-enters the atmosphere.
And that's part of the reason why the flaps are so important. We're using the body of Starship and the drag from the atmosphere to slow us down from orbital speed, but you want the vehicle to remain stable. You want those heat shield tiles pointed down.
You're enjoying your day, everything's going your way. Then along comes Debbie Downer. Always there to tell you about a new disease, a car accident or killer bees. We beg her to spare you, Debbie, please, but you can't stop Debbie Downer.
He wants to lift 50 tons of payload, then 100, then 150, and then